Hi, it's me, Vamp, and we have a bit to talk about, but not many assets to show. But the assets I do have are very cool looking, as you can see from the first asset. But before we get into that, I want to start off by saying I posted a video up not too long ago. There should be a card somewhere that will tell you guys that Fortuna is coming to both PS4 and Xbox One on Monday, December 10th at 11. Well, okay, they didn't say at 11 exactly, but usually the update window rather is between 11 and 12 a.m. That's Eastern time. So definitely be prepared for that. That is awesome. Now, unfortunately, Switch, Nintendo, or Nintendo, yeah, as they call it, we'll have to wait for a later date because it's not ready on Nintendo yet. So chances are, I mean, maybe it could be before, but chances are it won't be till next year for Nintendo Switch users. If I'm being honest, I just want to give you guys a reasonable expectation, I mean, hey, if it is, by all means, that's great. Hopefully I'm wrong, but logically, I don't think Fortuna's going to be coming to Switch this year, unfortunately. Now, speaking of, we also may as well point out that Mesa Prime has been confirmed. I believe they mentioned that it was leaked a little bit early, a few places, so on and so forth. Not that early, maybe just some hours early and whatnot. But DE decided to officially announce it. And although I don't have an asset, Mesa Prime looks so awesome in my opinion. I kind of want to be like, hey, Mesa Prime, she's gonna be my, go-to frame for everything, But yeah, more detailed, possibly in another video once we get more details. But thanks to something that Warframe posted, we do know that, let's see, what do we know? Well, we know a lot of stuff. We do know that Chrome Prime access ends on the 18th, which means we do know that Mesa Prime will be dropping on the 18th of December. And we know what weapons she'll be dropping to because those were shown off. The Akjara Prime and the Redeemer Prime. Those are going to be the two new weapons. We don't know Prime accessories officially yet. Once we learn that, like I said, I'll try to do an update video on that. But anyway, this isn't about that. Oh, also, regrettably, that's not going to be on Switch at launch when it's on. It's going to be on PC, PS4, and Xbox One. But unfortunately, since the Switch is a new platform, it's a little bit farther behind when it comes to updates, which means it doesn't even have the Mesa Prime character model or anything in the game. So that's unfortunate, but it is what it is. Two new UIs. Now this I actually have the asset. You should see the first one I have up right now, which is the Stalker asset. Now, there's another asset. It's like corpus themed or whatever. Corpus words right there and whatnot. So yeah, that is pretty cool. There we go with that. Now, they talked about better control options, like they talked about how they had. I'm not a very technical person behind the scenes, but they actually talked a bit about how they had like a wall type filter, thing with the controller. Basically, by 0.3 milliseconds or whatever. So expect that to get better now that they changed the coding. And in Fortuna Part 2, by the way, we know some of what's coming with Fortuna Part 2. There's going to be 3 more floofs. One of them is going to have toxin drops. One of the animals you need to trap to get the floofs. So if you like floofs, definitely be prepared for that. Baruuk is coming with Fortuna Part 2 as well as the floofs. Let's go through his abilities real quick. Remember, there's a name I'm going to use a lot called Edge Meter. That kind of a per se placeholder name. They don't know if it's going to be an official name, but yeah. His passive right now is Edge Meter equal damage reduction. The higher his edge meter is, the more damage reduction he has, which I think is interesting. He's a monk. His name is Baruuk. His 1 is a channel damage evade. So he's able to evade damage. Think of Mirage's Eclipse and Darkness, but instead of a damage reduction, just able to evade damage in general. His 2 is going to be apparently a sleep over time, which I thought was interesting. Oh yeah, and his 1, every damage you would take goes into the edge meter. Sleep over time, you cast it like slowly put them to sleep, so it also can get drowning enemies as well, and those drowning enemies will take bonus finisher damage. So that's actually very cool as well. Let's see. The third one is called Mobile Disarm. Let's see. Mobile Disarm, think of, well, it's not called Mobile Disarm. I have Mobile Disarm in the notes here because that's what I view it at. To me, it seemed like they took Loki's 4 and he had cool daggers that he summons. Kind of like Nova's 1 as far as the whole summoning. Instead of balls of energy, he summoned daggers, but the daggers, if they're within radius of the enemy, they do radiation damage and they would disarm the enemy. So basically Loki's 4 with his augment, with his radial disarm augment. Which, that's cool. Mobile disarm. I actually like that. So, this character is melee based, so it makes sense that he would disarm the enemy to do melee based. I mean, Loki doesn't have all exclusive right to disarm. Maybe he does. Maybe Baruuk needs to stop paying Loki some royalties. Okay, moving on. His 4th ability, Exalted Fist. Now, it uses, the longer you stay in this mode, it uses up the edge meter. Now, I'm hoping that it only uses up the edge meter. Here's why I'm hoping, because that would be a pretty unique mechanic in my opinion. If it didn't use up any energy, or rather the initial cast only used up energy, then it used up the edge meter for the rest. The reason it would be interesting, because as far as I know, no other frame has that ability. So essentially hit 4, it wouldn't matter if you could gain energy while in his 4 or not, because of the fact that hit 4 doesn't use up energy, it uses up edge meters. Oh, and it also has different melee combos, which I think is interesting. He would be the first frame with proper combos on one of his exalted abilities. I mean, Excalibur has that slash you can do, but this dude has proper combos. Like fist, like he can do. Now, I have no clue if he can use the other abilities while in his exalted state. That would be awesome if I could put like a mobile disarm up, then, exalted fist, and force everyone to do like the fist power thing. It's pretty cool, and his combos are pretty cool. He can blast the enemy like airbender style. He can pull them towards him like scorpion style, get over here. It's pretty awesome. And what might be the best news about him, he is coming with Fortuna Part 2, which they said should be on PC before the end of the year. And there's still a few more things coming with Fortuna Part 2. Let's see. There's, now we don't know if any deluxe skins are coming with Fortuna Part 2. They were kind of iffy about that. I'll get into more detail in the future. Because Nyx's changes are coming with Fortuna Part 2. She's going to get some new sounds. She's going to get a sound update altogether. To those of you Nyx fans, this is a good time to be a Nyx fan. I'll quickly run through her abilities that are changing. For one, we'll actually make it so within like a few seconds window, you can actually pump your mind control target full of damage, and they will deal that damage plus whatever little damage they did to our enemies for however long they're mind controlled. Then that damage you pumped into them, they will take after the duration of mind control is over. So there's a good chance that they'll actually die after mind control, depending on what weapon you're bringing. Her 2 is a AoE debuff, like to armor, shield, and stuff. Her 3 is exactly the same, because it's brilliant the way it is. And her 4 deals whatever type of damage that, she took with her absorb. Like, all kinds of damage. Like, it could be a rainbow of all sorts of damage. It remembers, it deals, all that stuff. So that is good. Titania is also getting a change. I don't know all of her changes offhand, but I do know she's getting a bigger energy pool. They mentioned that. And those are everything that's for sure coming with Fortuna Part 2. Which again will be on PC before the end of this year. Now, here's something I don't know if it's coming with Fortuna Part 2. Limbo Deluxe skin. The actual model is in the game. And he looks even more like an Eidolon now. I mean, the character model actually in game, we talked a little bit about it last, stream, last Devstream recap or whatever. But the actual model is in game. People wanted to see his feet, so they showed his feet, and he actually doesn't have feet. He had like the same type thing as like a sentient being has. You know, the sentients that are on like Lua and whatnot, the mimics and the regular oculists and whatnot. So yeah, that's pretty cool. That is pretty cool actually. And while we're on the note of deluxe skin, the two I'm about to show you, yes, two, are definitely not coming with Fortuna Part 2 because they're still concepts. Well, you know, they actually aren't in the game yet. Okay, so this is Equinox Deluxe. We actually already went a little bit about Equinox Lux at one point, but this is kind of a revision of it, like, you know, color shifting, what colors make sense to colorize what and whatnot. So that's pretty cool. And furthermore, we actually have another deluxe skin to show off. And that is Wukong. Yeah, Wukong is going to be getting a deluxe skin. And of course, the number one question asked as soon as that was revealed is he getting a rework? Because even Rebecca said on stream that his only real useful power right now is Defy. So it looks like he might be getting a rework sometime when the deluxe skin actually does launch. So maybe in the future. Hasn't been confirmed, but you know, Scott did say that he seemed interested rather in the idea of reworking Wukong as Wukong launched on, you know, as Wukong Deluxe Skin launched rather. And I guess we should also end with I get kind of note type thing. Okay, no, real quick. How could I gloss over this? Okay, so let's see. New operator suits based on Vent Kids will be coming with Fortuna Part 2. So you can have your operator look like a Vent Kid. If you're on console, you may or may not know what a Vent Kid is, but if you're on PC, you should. It's one of the kids in the vents on Fortuna. Okay. And then apparently the new Corpus unit will have an Aquawing weapon, just like we are getting Aquawing weapons. I believe that's also coming with Part 2. And I want to mention those two things before I forgot. But we are going to end on kind of a okay-ish note, which is the Gas City, the Corpus Gas City rework. I thought it was formally in the game already, but you know, later on found it out it wasn't. Well, that rework isn't going to be happening till next year, and they may have hinted that it might be coupled with a new frame next year. Yes, a new frame beyond Baruuk. They're looking in the future because they already said in an earlier dev stream that they were a bit disappointed at, you know, that they didn't get more frames out this year. So expect more frames, I suppose. And with that said, I am actually going to end the video here. Thanks for, you know, watching the dev stream recap. Hopefully you enjoyed. Feel free to leave in the comment section what you liked the most, what you're happy about. Again, Switch users, I know that it's going to be a little bit hard, but hopefully if you created a new account on Switch, you actually have some time to get your bearings. So you won't have Fortuna quite yet, but you'll be able to get your bearings a bit, which is good. And unfortunately, you guys won't have Mesa Prime yet, but you guys, as far as I know, will get Mesa Prime before you get Fortuna. As far as I know, but again, don't quote me on that. And that seemed to be everything. Again, hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.